Hey, what's going on, comic book community? Long Box Love Affair here. So this is a video that I've wanted to make for about 3 or 4 weeks now. I went to a convention in December. I bought a stack of books for $20. These were dollar books, and I've been wanting to make this video and I just haven't. And so I procrastinated, but then I got COVID. I got breakthrough COVID and was laid up for most of the holiday season and have reemerged right before New Year's. So it is now 2022. I'm finally getting around to making this video. These are key comics that I found at this convention for $1. This one dealer had boxes. Beater comics. These are books that had Rusty Staples and Bens and all that. Doesn't mean they're any less desirable books. These are key comics. If you're looking for lower grade, this was your place. And I was surprised at what low grade books I could find that were keys in this bin. The dealer knew what he had. He was just looking to move things. And when you have Rusty Staples and detached covers and stuff, sometimes you just want to sell it and be done. So these were all $1. And so for the most part, there are a few in here that I'm going to keep, and some of the other ones I'm just going to move and put on eBay. And so some of them are on eBay right now, and some of them I'll probably post at a later date. But I don't know about you. When I'm hunting through bins that are not organized, not necessarily by title. These were organized and grouped in titles, but they weren't necessarily alphabetical. I just need something to get me to whet my palate, to get me going, to pull, and that feeds me to keep looking. Because if I can't find anything in a box or two, I might give up. So I was lucky that I did find a book, and boy, did I find a doozy. So the first book I found for $1 was Nova #1. Now, like I said, this is not near mint. This is not the $75, $100 book that it is. It's got Rusty Staples, it's got Ware, it's got Ben's, it's well loved. So what? For $1, I'd buy this all day, every day. And so they had a nice selection of Novas. So I picked up #1 and #2. They were nice condition. Again, Rusty Staples. These are really rusty. You can see that, but still great to have that book. So that's one that I have a couple copies already, so I will probably sell that. So if you're interested, be on the lookout. Go on eBay. Link is in the bio. The other book I picked up, again, I picked up 20 for $20 total, $1 each. Incredible Hulk 272. This is the third appearance of Rocket Raccoon. And so when I was looking through this book just to make sure that was true, I saw that on page 2, there is a panel where Rocket is shown. He is in the issue prior, which is his essentially main comic book appearance, first to standard size comic book appearance, although he did appear, his first full appearance is in a magazine style comic book. So this is his second normal comic book size appearance, but technically it's his third appearance. Picked up Sensational She-Hulk 34, the infamous Vanity Fair cover, the beach ball. Again, this one has a really rusty staple inside. The unfortunate thing is this is detached at the second staple. So it's attached, but only at one staple. So other than that, it's a really nice copy. And a great copy for someone that is looking to just have it to complete a collection. There were a couple X-Men filler semi-keys. So the first appearance of Forge, 184. I remember back in the day, Wizard magazine had this as like a spec book, and in that saying Forge was one to watch. So not much manifested with Forge, but you got Professor X and Selene. I never quite understood why Professor X was standing, but he's in his astral form. So 184, just kind of a cool cover there. Another one that's a favorite of mine is Uncanny 212, an early Sabretooth battle. This actually is not rusty, so there were some really nice copies in there too. So a non-rusty staple. It does have some spine indents, but by and far it's a nice copy. It could really benefit from a press. Peacemaker #1. Again, these are lower grade. It has a curved spine from how it was stored all those years. So Peacemaker being the talk of the DC cinematic universe at this point, with him having an HBO Max show. I'm looking forward to catching that. I did enjoy the Suicide Squad movie. Another one that I may hold on to, or I'm not sure what I'll do yet with, is Namor the Submariner #1. This is his series from the 90s, or did it come out in early 80s? 1990. So his ongoing series there. Never really read his stuff. Jay Lee did a good run of his back when I was started collecting, and those were hot. So yeah, that's picked up issue #1. Another hot book, Web of Spider-Man 86, first appearance of the Demogoblin. This actually might be a better copy than the one I have, but it's one that people have definitely been looking out for. Hobgoblin, Green Goblin, all those Goblin characters for Spider-Man are always good bets. Next up is Captain America 312. This is the first appearance of the Flag Smasher. This book was hot for just a little bit, tying to the Captain America Winter Soldier Disney Plus series when that came out middle of last year. But I think this has cooled off quite a bit. Really nice copy of it. Again, not rusty. Has a couple of spine dents. It was unfortunate that some of these boxes did have rusty staples. Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man 312. This is the final issue in Kraven Last Hunt saga. Actually, this issue really doesn't have anything to do with Kraven. It's after Spider-Man exits the grave that was made for him, and I think this is definitely after Kraven commits suicide. And I think Spider-Man knows about that by the time this issue comes about. So yes, it is. He's actually digging the grave for Kraven there. Alpha Flight #1, $1. Yeah, why not? It does have some probably like moisture where it's not. I don't think this is water damage, but it does have a little bit of maybe some condensation or just got rippled somehow. Again, like I think a press could really do well for these books, as is the Question #17. This is the first appearance of Rorschach from Watchmen in continuity. So he is in this storyline. It is one of these Bend books, but I mean, for $1, I mean, that's super fun to have. I've owned that book a couple different times. This is a book that I don't know why I included. I thought it might be a spec or key book, and I think I am completely wrong in that because it is probably worth all of $1. Incredible Hulk versus Quasimodo, #1. I don't know why I bought this. I threw it in there. I think I got it confused with another book. But when you're paying $1 for things, the margin for error is really low. I don't mind that. So Quasimodo, there we go. This is probably more spec for me, but Cloak and Dagger #1, really nice copy of this. I would say this is near mint, especially after you press it out or put it in a bag. These have never been in bags, never been boarded. Infinity Inc. #13. So this is the issue before Todd McFarlane takes over. And maybe a little known fact for some of you, his artwork is at the very last page. So what it says is that it's a pinup of a young Canadian living in the state of Washington who has volunteered to lend us his talent for an issue or two. And I think he did quite a few. I used to have the full run. It's like maybe even 20 issues or so. His work has appeared in Coyote and elsewhere. So for those of you that didn't know, there's a Todd McFarlane pinup right before he takes over in this run. So this is probably a $3 book. On any given day, issue #13, but I picked it up because I like the hidden gem of the McFarlane pinup. There was a full run of the mini-series for Hercules, so I picked up issue #1. Probably should have picked them all up just to see. I'm going to keep this and see what happens. There's some spec about Hercules. Or there has been talk on and off about Hercules joining the MCU. We will see if that happens. No clue. But, why not? Just for the heck of it, I picked up Iceman #1. Just a cool cover. Don't see these books too often, at least in the bins I'm looking up. Picked up another limited series of Hercules, so I'm not sure which one of those is the first and which one is the second limited series, but hey, I got both of them. $1 each. Why not? And in typical 90s fashion, I picked up Thunderstrike #1. We got some Thor action in his 90s goodness. Gosh, I can't even name Eric Masterson, I believe is the character's name. Became Thunderstrike. It is not one I followed. On my measly allowance and working at the bagel shop, I decided not to follow Thor until the Mike Deodato run. But yeah, this came out. Gosh, I bet you it's in '93. Yep, '93. So really nice copy. I don't see any spine ticks. I thought I'd try to make Thunderstrike happen. So those are my dollar books. Like I said, most of those I'll probably end up selling just to try to leverage them into other books for the collection. Some of them were rustier than I remembered, and I was like, they're a little bit low grade for me. I'm hoping to get a higher grade book for those in the future. So, but still, thrill of the hunt to get all of these books, especially the Nova, all these books for $20 total. So keep hunting. Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for watching. I have more books. I went to a con today. I'm not even showing those books yet. I have more books to show off from December that I'm just backlogged. Like I said, I got sick and I just didn't feel like filming anything. So I'm back in the saddle. I'm Adam. Hope you all had a great holiday season. Hope you're healthy and look forward to more videos in the future. Take care and see you next time. Bye-bye.